So my teacher used to narrate the entire story like a film. And the moment I finished it, I could visualize the whole film, like a whole content and how it's going to look and all. I went and bought the CD and I saw the film and this film was shit. So from then it started that I wanted to become a director. Though I had no idea about things then, but there was some immature fascination towards film. And we used to have a chair on my terrace. I used to just turn the chair around, make it a chariot. I used to stand on that and used to imitate taking some bow and arrows and shit. For example, I meet a producer. I tell him like, what's your story? I tell him, the whole film happens in a day. Say there's Maya Bazaar, for instance, playing on TV. So my dad used to call me and say, just come. You can just study it like after 10 minutes, just come and sit with me. And he used to explain to me what a frame was. He has to look good, decent, look good. And I wanted always my hero to dance really well.
Oh.
Not because I'll have a lot of dance in the film, but I think
the Chiranjeevi effect.
Yeah, that's Chiranjeevi effect. I think he's my favorite actor and I think he's definitely inspired me a lot. So good or bad, I may like it or I may love it, I don't know. But definitely I feel I've watched a different film. End of the film, see your name, and that's the
10-year dream come true.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Hemant Kumar and you're watching Talking Movies with iDream. Our guest today is Mr. Sriram Adittya. He's going to make his debut soon as a director with Bhale Manchi Roju, which is about to release on December 25th. So let's see what he has to say about his life and the film in particular. Sriram, thank you so much for joining us. It's a great pleasure to have you on the show.
Same here.
So first of all, congratulations. Chala manchi pre-release buzz on cinema gurinchi.
Right.
So are you nervous? You seem to be very confident, but what's going through your mind right now?
Right now, a day before the release, there's some kind of a little nervousness. I think that's like it's a big day tomorrow, a dream come true. So yeah, a little bit of nervousness, but I think more of excitement that everybody's going to watch our product.
Right.
So it's
you said a dream come true, so how long have you been dreaming of this day?
Dreaming of making a film should be from school. Maybe
really?
back
that
right
young?
from my, right from my 10th, I think.
Okay.
So from then it started that I wanted to become a director. Though I had no idea about things then, but there was some immature fascination towards film then. I think from there it started off. And
so what triggered that fascination for films?
We had this textbook in English. We had this non-detailed textbook. It's called the Sherlock Holmes, right? Hound of Baskervilles.
Yeah.
So that novel was a non-detailed textbook. So my teacher used to narrate the entire story like a film. And it was really inspiring for us. And I was really excited after listening to, after she did about 2 episodes of the whole novel, I just went home and read the whole novel. I couldn't see that. It was so exciting. I wanted to finish it. And the moment I finished it, I could visualize the whole film, like a whole content and how it's going to look and all. Then I just came to know there was already a film in Hollywood about the same. So I went and bought the CD and I saw the film and this film was shit. It was really shit. It was not even close to what I was imagining when my teacher was narrating it.
Yeah.
So I think that's when the idea triggered that you have a good imagination and come on, you can go make a film, or that fascination started then.
Right. You're a Telugu guy, obviously.
Absolutely.
So like every Telugu guy, I'm sure you're also obsessed with films.
Right
from your childhood.
Yeah.
So did you have any heroes whom you really looked up to? Not in terms of just actors, but people whom you really looked up to from the film industry.
I think straight away answer is Chiranjeevi.
Yeah.
I think I'm a big time fan of Chiranjeevi. From childhood, I think he's a wonderful actor. No, I'm inspired in all ways. So dance and the comedy timing and the kind of films that he has done, the whole genre, different genres films that he has done. I think he's my favorite actor, and I think he's definitely inspired me a lot.
Right.
In terms of get that kick for films. But about that, I think if you ask me about actors, it's Chiranjeevi.
Right.
And about films, I think I'm more inspired with mythological films instantly. So initially when I was like a kid, I used to watch all this old mythological films, and we used to have a chair on my terrace. I used to just turn the chair around, make it a chariot. I used to stand on that and used to imitate taking some bow and arrows and shit. I was doing that when I was a kid.
Okay.
So that I had this huge fascination for mythological films.
Like what you're talking about, Maya Bazaar.
A lot of films with Patala Bhairavi, films with war sequences. Basically, even in Lava Kusha, there's one sequence where there's a fire from one side, there's water from the other side. So yeah, these kind of things were really exciting then.
What happened at your home? Like, was there somebody who really pushed you into learning all these things? Or?
Yeah, I think it was my dad.
Okay.
So right from my childhood, I think even let's say I have an exam tomorrow, and there's an interesting film playing in the TV. Let's say there's Maya Bazaar, for instance, playing on TV. So my dad used to call me and say, just come. You can just study it like after 10 minutes, just come and sit with me. And he used to explain to me what a frame was. Like he used to tell me a short design saying, can just see this, there are 3 characters in this frame and suddenly one character is entering from there. You see that composition, all it's something unique. And the performance, he used to talk about details about filmmaking. I think somewhere down the line he had that interest for films. So he used to explain me about different kind of films basically. For example, like the old people, Mayavasa Diskunte, this KV direction. So he used to tell how, what is he special at?
Right.
So why is this film supposed to be the best film? You know, a kind of an encyclopedia of filmmaking. Apart from that, we used to watch films of Vamsi, Lokti Vidula and all that. So he's telling me why Vamsi films are like really good, because each character is special. It has a specific design, specific body language and stuff like this. So I think that's when, from him is where I started looking film in a different way.
Right.
I think I had a better insight about film.
And he has no connection with film industry.
No,
Dad?
no,
Okay.
no connection at all.
I mean, since you're talking about framing and composition, did he even try to learn filmmaking?
Not much. I think he was interested in writing, basically.
Oh, okay.
So writing lyrics, so for songs and all. So he used to do that initially. I mean, I think maybe when he was young, he was thinking of, he had an option of actually becoming a lyricist kind of thing. But he didn't take up that. He just came to, he did a job and, you know, he was into this track. So maybe I think he wanted me to do it.
ఆయుధంలా తయారు చేసి
అలా కాదు అనుకొని తయారు చేయలేదేమో అంటే జస్ట్ దట్ ర్యాండమ్ షేరింగ్ ఆఫ్ యు నో దట్ what he felt while watching a film. I think that gave a big time impact on me.
Where did you grow up? Are you from Hyderabad? Or
Yeah, I'm from Hyderabad still, but I grew up I was in Bangalore till my 7th standard.
Okay.
And after that I was in Hyderabad.
Right.
So from then it's Hyderabad.
Okay, right. So now you said that 10th standard is when you started thinking about
Films, yeah.
films, you know, being a filmmaker. You know?
Right.
So what was that big moment for you where you are absolutely sure that this is what you wanted to do in your life?
Yeah, so I think it was in my engineering.
Okay.
In engineering, I used to sit on a laptop and I used to have a lot of pictures. Like, I used to randomly, we used to have PowerPoint, right? You remember it? I used to do things on PowerPoint, like make a slideshow kind of thing on PowerPoint initially. Then there was this movie maker in Windows. So it was simple process, getting some pictures and putting some music, and I was randomly trying to make out some story out of all the pictures that I had. So I think in my first year of engineering, I had made a small video about child labor. So that just came out really, I thought it was nice. I just had some pictures and I just added some text and some background score to it. And there was a fest in St. Francis. So they do some South Indian documentary film festival kind of things. So I just went to see the show there, and they were playing a couple of films which were shortlisted, and I was really excited. I thought the one that I made would compete here. So I just took a permission. I asked them to screen the film. It's just screen the film. They screened the film, and I won the award for that film. So that was one moment, I think, where that gave a lot of push, a lot of confidence that I think yes, we can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And after, don't tell me you studied mechanical engineering.
Yeah, I'm a mechanical engineer.
Congratulations, you're in the legion of Mr. Gautam Menon and several other directors. There's something about mechanical engineering, dude. I'm telling you. Even I'm a mechanical engineer,
Oh, wow.
obsessed with films.
Right.
I think we get disoriented too soon and get into films.
I think we are too logical. We are logical, we are practical.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
That's the silliest
No, I think mechanical engineers look at a problem logically. Our approach is really good. I always see that. So I think that really works out when you come out to industry also.
So what, do you break down everything into smaller components and then try to fit in the larger picture? Is that where the logical thing comes up? No,
I just
nothing
said
like that.
No, not that logic at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think somewhere maybe. I mean, somewhere that must have helped. A planning of how you can actually short develop. I think maybe when you're saying it, I can actually realize maybe that must have helped me somewhere.
Right, right. So you started off with your career with short films.
Right.
You've done about 8 short films.
8 short films, yeah.
So do you think that became your platform to make a feature film, or was it just you were trying to experiment what you can do with a short film?
Initially, I was just trying to experiment of doing a short film. So like I told you, I did this one small video. Right after that, I was a little too ambitious, too much of I would say a lot ambitious. I wanted to make a straight 1 hour film.
Okay.
After that, so we started off making one short film, but it didn't turn out to become a whole film. So from then I started making a couple of short films. But the idea then was to experiment something, tell a story, see how I can tell something interesting to people in about 5 to 6 minutes. But it's with the social media right now and with YouTube and with the kind of I would say, I think for short film, there's a huge scope. You can reach a wide range of audience. And I totally tell you that because of short film, I have a film in my hand right now. So I've turned out to be a director, somebody trusting me to give me a film is just because, like Sudheer says in a couple of interviews, that, there was one short film, the last short film that I made. I think after narrating the entire story, he was kicked about the story, but he was a little doubtful about, can this guy really do it? So he just shot the short film and he was like, okay, let's do it. So,
what is the short film about?
It's called The Conspiracy.
Okay.
Yeah, that was made for a 48-hour film festival. So we shot the entire film in 9 hours, entire edited and shot in 9 hours, and it was shot in a bedroom, in my room.
Okay.
So that was, we never thought that will really help us so much.
Right.
But yeah, one thing I really realized out of making short films, and especially these contests, sometimes you turn out to make some things. I mean, you don't know that they can take you to that level.
Yeah.
So I never had that a small film which was shot in my room, and which we were not so sure about got us something really big.
Right.
So yeah, so little things make
Right.
great impact.
I was talking to Mr. Shyam, the cinematographer of your film Bhale Manchi Roju,
Yeah.
and even Sudheer mentioned this in our previous interview, that the fact that you have never worked with another filmmaker before, you are like fresh from the oven sort of thing.
Okay.
So maybe that's what really pushed them to take that chance. It's a big leap of faith for everybody in the project, because you're a new director who doesn't have a big experience to bank upon.
No experience.
So
to bank upon.
right. So what was it like? Like, you just presented the script and then bowl them over with that, or was it like, let's take a chance and see where it goes?
No, I was pretty. I never had this idea of working under somebody. I don't know for what reason, but I always thought I could do something. Like I told you, I was a little too ambitious maybe. So when I was working at Facebook, I quit. I had a script ready.
Work in Facebook.
Yeah, I was working on Facebook. So then I had a script ready, and once I had a script ready, I quit my job. I said, this is it. Except from the office, I won't put in that effort to go and make a film. I just quit my job, and I was very sure about the script. So what happens for me, the major confidence or the only hope is my script. So once I have a script, I make sure that I know every scene of it and every shot of it. So only when I'm really sure about the entire 2-hour narration, crystal clear, that's when I even tell it to anybody.
Okay.
So once I know my story well, I think that I was confident. I felt confident enough to go and tell them what actually was on my mind. So I think that was easy for me to communicate and stuff.
Was this the only script you had in mind when you pitched to Sudheer or any other actor for that matter?
No, initially, when I quit my job, I had a script which was a multi-protagonist film.
Okay.
Like about 4 or 5 stories together happening. So I met a lot of producers, told them the story. They said it's a superb script and all that, but they were not keen to make a film because they were skeptical about doing a multi-protagonist film in Telugu. And looking at history of multi-protagonist film, they say it doesn't work. So that was a little. It took me almost a year with the whole same script. Then suddenly one day I had this one weird scene in my mind. I thought this can give us a lead to a kick-ass script. So that's when Bhale Manchi Roju came up. I think I think it took me about a month or two to finish the first draft. And right after that, I just narrated and.
What was the scene? Like, are you allowed to reveal that?
That we are turning part of the film.
Okay.
So
right.
yeah, so that's one really interesting scene that came up and that. Worked.
Now I understand that the film unfolds within a span of 24 hours.
Right.
It happens in a single day. So
right.
Was it a very conscious decision to curtail the time span of the film to one day, or did it just happen by chance?
I think it was a conscious decision because the thing was we want something challenging. Like I wanted to write something which is challenging. So the idea was the initial idea. Like I told you, I had a scene in my mind. From that scene, how about doing this entire thing in a film? So, for example, I meet a producer. I tell him like, what's your story? I tell him, the whole film happens in a day. Okay. So when I say this, it kind of pulls your attention. It just grabs your attention for some reason. So I thought that went in my mind, and that's when I thought I'll do this entire script in a day, like have the whole screenplay set and all in a day. So the best thing was it was challenging. Okay. So it's more challenging and you have more fun to work on.
Why Sudheer? Now, was he your first option?
No, so I met the producer, Mr. Vijay. So Vijay, when I met Vijay, I narrated in the film, and they had Sudheer. They were actually planning to make a film with Sudheer earlier.
Oh, okay.
So they were they were about to shoot they were about to start a film in a week's time or something, and it was Sudheer. So when I told them the script, they said we'll do this film first. Okay. So they're more excited with this film, and they told me that how about Sudheer for this role. So it was once this is Sudheer, I was like superb, because this character basically needed somebody who was like a boy next door. Okay. So he has to look good, decent, good, and I wanted always my hero to dance really well.
Oh,
Not because I'll have a lot of dance in the film, but
this
I
is
think
the Chiranjeevi effect.
yeah, that's Chiranjeevi effect. So when you have a good dancer, then he's going to be expressive on screen for any kind of an emotion.
Okay.
So I think that's so. I always wanted somebody who's a really good dancer. So that was both there with him. And apart from that, I watched this film called Krishnama Kalpinitarni.
Right.
And that was one complete changeover. Like I felt there was a real actor in him, like a thorough actor. So he had a lot of variations in the film, and after that was superb. I thought, yeah, let's do it. That's how it started.
I really liked the trailer of the film, and it had this element of quirkiness to it, and
Right.
it's also very funky, if I may say that word.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of the style that
Right.
you're experimenting with. So, what were your discussions like with both Sudheer and Shamdat to arrive at that funkiness in the script?
I think the funkiness or the quirky kind of a thing is what people really liked at the initial level in the script.
Okay.
So I think that was what made this film a little different from what you're going to see from the regular stuff. So that quirky element was there right in the script from the first day. So so what we had on mind on the first day was right there on the trailer. So it was that. So it was very clear, and everybody is ready. Like Sudheer was so ready to do something totally away, non-heroic. Let's do something. Let's do anything. Let's make this film look a little more fresh, a little more new. So I think we tried out everything possible to make it a lot more quirky.
Right.
And there was no discussion about it. Now people are more excited to make it even more quirky. From Sunny, especially when you're talking about the trailer, Sunny gave us some music. He just sent me a music piece, and that was like totally off sync to what I thought. He said, "This is like completely off sync. Do you think we're going to have this music?" He said, "That's going to make it quirky."
Okay.
So let's have it, and we did, and it worked big time.
Right.
So things like that.
I see a lot of Guy Ritchie influence in at least the trailer. So, would you say that?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I have a lot of Guy Ritchie influence within me, but I think I have a lot of influence from Vamsi.
Okay.
I don't know from because the kind of characterization that you're going to see tomorrow. So they're going to be unique characters in the film. They're going to have unique body languages. In the spaces are going to be a little more different. So I think I have more inspiration from Telugu directors. I think so. But definitely, I think Guy Ritchie. I've not watched much films of Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
But somewhere down the line, I think all the film that you watch will influence you somewhere
Right.
to take a decision on the cut or
Right.
take. Yeah.
Now, of course, there's a positive buzz about the film, right?
Right.
But what's the biggest reason why people should watch the film? You know, now you have convinced your producers,
Right.
hero, obviously. You know,
Come as an audience, why
audience,
watch?
why should you watch?
Yeah, I think like I'm an audience straight away because maybe a year back I'm not a director. I'm just straight away an audience. So my experience was I'm really bored of watching some. I'm not saying bad films, but the same kind of films again and again in Telugu, especially. So for me, a film like Bhale Manchi Roju will surely be exciting in the theatre tomorrow.
Okay.
So if I'm a straight away audience and like I'm not a filmmaker, I'm not director of this film, but I'm going to sit and watch Bhale Manchi Roju in theatre, I'll have a new experience in watching this film. So good or bad, I may like it or I may love it, I don't know, but definitely I feel I've watched a different film. As an audience, what I'll see in Bhale Manchi Roju when I sit in theatre is there's so much of filmmaking in it. I mean, in terms of quality, and this, for example, we have sound design for this film. So not all small films or a medium budget films have sound design in Telugu. I think Bahubali had sound design, a couple of big films had. So what we did was we made sure that in every aspect we give audience an experience, a new kind of an experience when they come to the theatre. So you're going to feel that somebody's shouting in the background, there's some, let's say even the minute details of sound and all is going to be heard there, and you'll feel like you're in a real space.
Right.
Right, yeah. So I think you'll have a nice experience. I would say Bhale Manchi Roju will be a good experience.
Right.
Like all new together, all new experience for the audience. I think that's one reason they have to go watch it, and it's going to be a joy ride. It's going to be like a complete roller coaster ride.
Right.
So you're going to have fun. It's not going to be boring at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Shamdat Garu was mentioning that he used a lot of natural light in the film.
Right.
So does that add a new dimension to the way the film looks on screen?
Yeah, I think definitely, because like I told you, as a whole story set in a day, and the whole story set in real locations. So I think in most of some of the spaces we never used light. We shot like straight away natural light, like Shamsa said, and that's going to make it look, like I said, like it's going to make it look more real. And adding to that, in a lot of sequences we never used junior artists. So we shot a scene, like a lot of scenes, but one of the scenes was in Charminar. Let's talk about Charminar. So we shot it in the main road of Charminar. We just asked Sudheer and a couple of other actors to just walk in, and we just had a camera behind and we just followed them. So what happens here is tomorrow on screen you're going to see the people in the background are all real.
Right.
So there's some sequences where people go and show a photo and ask somebody. They just really done that. So Sudhi just walked in and asked somebody, showed the photo, and the reaction was so good and so natural. So it'll seem like really good. And I think that those kind of a natural reactions and a natural kind of a look, we will never be able to achieve with junior artists or with some too much of artificial lighting around. So I think that's going to make it really interesting.
You're really lucky in a lot of ways, because to find such a team where they're game for whatever idea you bounce at them.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm the most luckiest on the team, because I have a fantastic producer who's sensible, who's amazing, and always ready to do something new, and has never said no to whatever I asked for. And then I have a wonderful team. Technical team is like amazing. Sham sir, he's a senior guy who's done Kutumbam and Kamal Hassan, but I never felt that when I was on set with him. So he's like the youngest guy on the set. So yeah, so okay. He's all excited and there's so much of energy. And I have Ramakrishna, so the art director. So he's like a brother now, and he's so much of immense knowledge about filmmaking that he's shared along, and has made it so easy for us. And he's made the film look so beautiful. And that the new space that you're going to see, I think he's the guy behind that, right? For sure. And of course the actors. I mean, Sudhir was like, I still remember. I think that was one of the best moments. I think me and Sudhir were standing outside the balcony. We didn't start the film yet. We're going to shoot in a couple of days. And Sudhir just comes up to me and says that, hey, don't worry, just do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want to. And I was really shocked. He said this like, you're going to be my guru on the location. Right. So I never directed anything. He doesn't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. But when he said that gave a lot of big time confidence and a lot of responsibility too. So I have a fantastic team, and the most important, I have a wonderful direction department. Okay. So we are a young bunch of, I think I'm 26 years old. In my direction department, like I said.
Seriously, 26?
Yeah.
You already directed a film? Okay, great man.
And I think, yeah, in my direction department, I think they're about 23, 24 years of it. They just straight away engineering pass outs. And then not much industry experience too. But the kind of effort and love that they've put into this film, to find locations, I think they used to travel about 100 kilometers every day on the bike, and with no complaints. So just all excited and just let's do something big. So that was something nice. And I had this co-director, his name is Sriram. So he's my classmate from school. Oh. And he's my engineering classmate. And he's my best friend. Okay. So he turned out to be here, and he has about year experience in the industry. So he's worked with Devakatta and all. So I think he gave a lot of inputs which I have no idea about, in terms of the planning and stuff. I think that he was a great add-on to the film.
Sriram and Sriram. So
Sriram and Sriram.
How can people not get confused on this end? If this is Sriram, which Sriram are they referring to?
Oh, you can see Sriram on the posters too, right? Yeah. People don't get confused. I'm just half of him, so people don't confuse. They don't get confused at all. So it's pretty clear. Like that all, I'm like this much. So, yeah. And yeah.
You said that Sudheer Babu, you were looking for an actor
right.
who's very good looking, boy next door,
right.
and also can dance well. Right. And now Sudheer Babu is all of that, right. and also is really good with his action sequences. Right. So apart from all these things, is there anything else which really surprised you about him?
Surprised, yeah. I think he's ever ready for a retake. Okay. So usually what happens is I have this habit of taking a lot of takes. So usually there were sequences when I have taken about 20 takes also. Okay. Not that the first take is bad. So I always think that something better can come out. And when you have an actor in front of a camera whom you think can deliver something about this, then you always want to push it further. And if you have the other person is even more excited to do it, and he's ready to give me even at 20 take, he has the same energy level and he has the same endu to do something better, and that gives a lot of kick. And that's what happened. I think that's one really good quality about Sudhir. And one really, I think, more than surprising, one really inspiring quality about him which I have learned is discipline. I mean, amazing discipline. Discipline sounds a little, too formalish, but I think he's very focused, extremely focused. I think that's something I really admire him.
I don't know if Wamiqa told you this, but she told us in the interview that she's actually ready to kill you for making her wear the same sari throughout.
Yeah, I think that the character demanded. I couldn't do anything, but yeah, still we gave a couple of clothes and a couple of changeovers in a song. Yeah, I know she had a big time trouble with the sari.
Especially she had to run and all that.
She had to dance. There was a sequence in the first song in the film which you're going to see tomorrow. I know that has so much of dance. Okay. And for her to wear sari and dance, I was a little nervous. Is she going to do that? Because The choreographer was amazing. The kind of the energy levels that the song had was great, but Wamiqa just surprised everybody on the set. She was fantastic. She's a fabulous dancer.
She's this ball of energy on the set, is it, all the time?
Big time. She's like, yeah, she's full of energy. I think she adds that energy factor to the entire team.
Right.
For sure. She's an amazing person.
You already directed the film and it's about to release in a day,
Right.
right? So when you saw the final print, final copy, there is that moment in the film where you know that yes, I've cracked it and people are going to like it. So what is that moment in the film?
Yeah, I think for me, I think it'll be the interval.
Okay.
The interval of the film. I think that's when I was in the adrenaline rush when I just came and I was like, what the fuck, okay, I made this film. Yeah, super. and then the high point was end of the film, see your name, and that's the
10-year dream come true.
Yeah, that's two things which I just loved watching on screen.
Right. Just a couple of more questions.
Yeah,
you already directed your first film and 8 short films, right?
Right.
And you're just 26 years old,
Right.
and a lot of aspiring directors out there who are trying to find a breakthrough. So,
Right.
what would your advice be to them?
I said, yeah, I think I won't talk much about not having experience coming to industry. That's a personal choice that they have. But all I would say is the doors are wide open now in the industry, and you have a good script. Just first thing is believe your script and know your script. Just know your script in and out, and have good patience and have a lot of positivity. Dream big. Just go hit it.
Right. Now, yours is going to be the last film to release in this year.
Yeah.
Last Telugu film. So, I hope you end the year with a bang.
Yeah.
But what's your resolution for 2016? Have you thought something on those lines?
I'm just dreaming of celebrating 2016 starting. That's it. I don't have any resolution as such now on my mind.
Do you have a script ready for your next film?
I have a couple of scripts, but I'm not finalized on anything yet.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just focus on Bhale Manchi Roju for nothing else.
Right. One final question.
Yeah.
5 years from now, what is it that you want to do? I mean, of course, you want to direct films as a storyteller, but what is it that you're trying to achieve?
5 years down the line, I thought, okay. Yeah, I have a dream project in my mind. So
You have a dream project?
yeah, so I really want to do it.
What genre is this?
It's going to be something I don't like. I can't tell you the.
Genre, man. Come on. Mythological.
The only problem is
action.
most of my scripts don't have a genre.
Oh, okay.
So I can't categorize them into something particular. But yeah, it's going to be something completely offbeat, and it's going to, I think, I want to do a film which is basically which happens only with animation, right? Animated kind of film without using any animation. Okay, very confusing, right? I know. I want to shoot something on a film based on non-living things and all, using a lot of non-living stuff without using any animation. And I want to do a big film.
Right.
I hope
Interesting. I hope you crack that script sometime soon. Right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Any final words to our iDream viewers about
I
this
think
film?
we all excited and we all celebrating that we completed a film. Just finished a really nice film, and trust me, you all can happily go watch this film, and you're gonna have a whole altogether different experience. Go watch a new film in Telugu, and there are a lot of people, a lot of young team who's put in a lot of love and a lot of sincere efforts to make this product look better and give you a better experience. So please just go see the film, and please let us know how you felt about it.
Right.
That's good.
Now, before I let you go, we have this section called One Shot Rapid Fire. So whatever comes to your mind, we'll start.
Yeah, we'll start.
What's your biggest nightmare?
Tomorrow's premiere.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah.
Right. Who's your first celebrity crush?
First celebrity, Sridevi.
Okay. One actor that you would love to work with?
Chiranjeevi.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not lost yet. Right. What's your biggest challenge when you go onto a film set on day one or any day? That morning, do you get those butterflies in your stomach? What am I going to do?
Biggest chance, get the first shot right on time.
Right on time.
Right on time. That takes a little time. The first shot always takes a little while. Right. That's the biggest challenge. And complete the shoot on time. That's the only challenge that I have when I go on set.
What's that one thing which people never tell you when you were about to enter the film industry?
I didn't get your question.
No, of course, there are two aspects of looking at film industry, your career.
Right.
The very rosy picture, dream come true, all that
Right.
stuff. There's absolute doldrums and you're in deep shit all the time.
Right.
But people don't tell you the pros and cons. It's what you figure out once you step into the industry yourself, right?
Right, yeah.
So what is that one advice that you wish you got before entering into film industry?
I say chuck the other part, just chuck the entire thing of what's going to go wrong. Just see how it's going to go right. That's it.
Right.
Just focus on it.
One quality which every director should have.
I'm too young to say that.
You've directed a film, man. You're
No,
more
it's like,
experienced.
I can't tell what all other directors should have. So
No, aspiring directors. A 20-year-old guy who's fiddling with the camera for the first time in his life. What is it that
I
you
think
would tell him?
they should have a big time hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing, you know that, right?
I hope again sounds a little low. I said you should dream. You should just dream. That's it.
Right.
And that's one thing you should really, every director should surely have.
Right.
Dream.
You said that you have a dream project in mind, but apart from that, do you have a big dream that you want to achieve or fulfill?
This was the biggest dream for now, is like releasing film tomorrow. So I've not thought about what next. So let's see after day after what's going to happen. And that's
Right. Sriram, thank you so much. It was a
Thank you
great
so
pleasure
much.
talking to you. I hope, just like the film name suggests, you have a great day, a good day.
Thank you so much.
Right. And I hope you end the year with a bang and celebrate your new year with a lot of hopes and dreams.
Surely.
Right. Thanks
Thank
a lot
you.
again, man.
Thank you so much.